Let's talk about planning the sales attack and the importance of the first step, which is being really strategic, deciding whom we're going to target for new business. And a big piece of that is account planning. You want to address it because you guys have really put a significant initiative to help the salespeople think better, to be more strategic, to be more proactive.
Account planning is an extremely important element for any sales team in terms of really truly coordinating around what the strategy is for the account and how they're going to plan out their steps for execution. This isn't about, what management's looking for or how we're trying to understand their strategy. This is about the account team, right? And really helping them understand their client's business and where are the areas that Teradata can really help differentiate and drive value for that client.
Now, the word that's coming to mind as you're talking is proactive.
Yeah.
And what I see you guys doing is equipping the sales team to win by really, and not just taking the surface level account plan, because even the best seller is not going to produce optimal results if they're not really strategic about where in the account they're going. So you've really gone through a pretty rigorous process here.
We have.
Yeah.
And the most critical component really that a top sales leader has is time in order to be successful.
And what it really does is it helps us as an organization understand how to support the sales team in order for them to be successful, right? If we understand what their key strategies are and what they're trying to drive and accomplish in an account, we know how to resource and support that because we can see the value that they're trying to drive, we can see the context of the solutions that they're trying to build out, and we can really help to ensure that we can make them as successful as possible by having a mechanism to truly understand what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I like how you frame that. I think another thing that account planning and really being strategic in your targeting does to help make salespeople successful, it reminds them what they're supposed to focus on.
And it has to become a living, breathing document too, right? It can't just be something that you fill out as a one-time, once-a-year planning cycle. It needs to be something that continuously evolves, that you go back to, and that you and your team really focus on, did we achieve what we were looking to do here? Are the values that we're trying to instill in our customers still the same? Are the messages we're communicating against? And are we hitting the right parts of the organization to really drive forward the solution we're trying to position?
Absolutely, and those account plans that really drive opportunities, it's the enabling factor of aligning our opportunities to the business value that our customers want to drive. And we only have so many at-bats a year, and we need to make sure that the opportunities that we're positioning are really truly aligned to the strategic nature of our customers and that we're driving that value in order to make the whole partnership successful.
And the beauty of that, though, is you're pursuing the business you want and where you know you can bring value.
Right.
So many sales organizations live in reactive mode and they just chase whatever comes their way. And they're not being proactive or strategic or intentional.
Right.
That's a big deal. And that's energizing for the salesperson.
Exactly. And going back to, them owning the message, owning the strategy allows them to really feel like how they can position themselves within that account and provides a coaching mechanism for our sales management team to really help them make sure they're on point with their messaging, that they can go and execute against that strategy, right? But if they can't communicate a strategy and a vision for an account and be able to document it, then that changes the game a little bit.
One of the interesting things is not only are we looking at individual account plans, but we're looking at account plans on a global scale. So now we can align resources, whether it's from product or consulting or business solutions, around where are we moving as a market and how do we need to resource accordingly in order to help our customers be successful. And the account planning analytics, applying our own kind of mission and value statement internally, is really powerful as we're seeing this play out of how we align resources to be successful across industries.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that account planning and business planning is really the first part of the process because it's the roadmap.
Right.
It keeps you on track to ensure you're going to get to your destination.
I think it's just so crucial to being successful in sales, right? And it's part of what makes sales so exciting, right? When you get to see and interact in terms of how you're driving value for your client and you're being successful, that's what gets us all really excited, right? And why we all love sales. And it all really is rooted in successful account planning.
It's about winning, and it starts with a good plan. And when you have a team that supports you and a culture that's backing you up, it's all good.
Yeah, it's a winning combination, right? And that's what we're really looking for to drive here at Teradata is empowering our sales teams to be successful, right? And we believe it truly starts with having a high performance culture and driving out a process that's going to support the sales team.